Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Doing It Scared. I'm Lori Takis. I am your host here, and today we're going to jump right into it. So Doing It Scared is really about trying something for the first time. Well, I'm on my third try on these tags that I'm creating, and so it's not really doing it the first time, but it's really doing these designs for the first time. So I want to show you what I created yesterday. These are just little cardstock tags, and I created a set of 6 of these little tags that have basically a tin can with lavender in it, and then I've put some gold foil. Now what I'm going to be doing with these is down here at the bottom, I'm just going to write a personal message and leave it for some of my friends. So this is coming up on, the spring, and I'm in a new neighborhood. So I'm trying to create these where I'm just going to say, welcome to the neighborhood, your neighbors, Paul and Lori, just to kind of introduce it. I'm in a brand new neighborhood. Everything's being constructed. So everybody's brand new. They haven't been here before. So also, I made a set with some boho moons, and I don't know what words I'm going to put on this, but these are also items that I want to be available for you to either create or you can purchase from my store in Artisan Haven. They're going to be just little things. I'm all about kindness and encouragement. And so for me, these little cards will be something that I will put a encouraging word, quote, or a little message on the back and leave it for someone to brighten their day. I could also use them as gift tags for, presents, whatnot. But again, my purpose is to create a little bit of encouragement that we can pass back and forth to share to each other. And I'm doing that with creating. So today we are going to create 12 new tags. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera. Okay, and there we go. That should give it to you. So basically, as I come up and I work on these designs, it has to do with what is going on. Okay. Let me see. It's not saying I'm doing this live anymore. Let me take a look. Okay, well, it still says live here on my camera. So anyway, here, I put a base coat of this Caribbean blue, Ocean Breeze, and these are all going to be florals. They're going to be pretty much the same bloom, but in different colors. And I'm going to do a red, a yellow, and a bright pink bloom. Part of me wants to do them all the exact same, but again, I'm experimenting. Once I have the colors down and everything I like, I can easily put a bunch of these together all at once. Another one I'll show you is, this is another one that I worked on over the weekend. These are the same idea, though these are artist trading cards, or again, encouragement cards. They're a little bigger, and I make them on watercolor paper. Okay, so these, hopefully, I'm going to get them scanned, and I'm going to see about having these made into little gift cards and whatnot that can be used. So let me know what you think about that. I want y'all to see very much. There is a lot of mistakes on here, and I'm okay with that, because I think sometimes when we're presenting things that are perfect, we don't allow for the imperfect, and all of us have very imperfect lives. So, and if you remember anything from me, I have a lack of patience. So I just like to move on. Now, I could recreate this much faster than I did the first time, because I already have all the colors chosen. So again, this first card set, it took me about 2 hours yesterday with the moon and the lavender. So it may take a total of 2 hours today to get these 12, but we will see. Like I said, I've already put the base coat down. So the next step is I'm going to be wanting to add my blooms. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to put 3 colors on my palette. I've got the Wild Berry Pink, which y'all know I love. I have this beautiful Sunny Day Yellow, And then I have this bright red. And typically I'm not a big fan of bright red. I like my reds that have just a little bit more blue in them, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna use this. See, that's the color that you have there. And quite honestly, I bought this because it was a good price, and I don't like working with these, so I will not buy twist opens again. That's just how it is. I'm going to just be dipping in there. And since the first thing I want to do is, you know what? No, I'm not. I don't want to just dip in there. This is going to let a lot out, but that's okay. There we go. That should be fun. And just let this sit. So I'm going to basically outline the flowers that are going to be red. Okay, and they may all end up with the same design. I really don't know. The thing is, getting it down first, just getting that basic movement down is a big help in moving forward. So these are not going to come out probably, since I'm using, well, I could do 4 in each color, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do 4 in each of the bright colors. And right now these are the blooms for the red. And I pretty much made them very loopy. That is a big style of mine. I do like whimsical ideas, so that's what I am doing here. Notice again, this is kind of like doing a rough sketch. Thing is, I don't have it on a separate piece of paper. I'm just, because I don't plan that much. But I will continue to just create basically the rough draft. There. Okay, so that's 4 in that red color. Now I'm going to do yellow in the center, and then we'll do last ones with pink. So the next ones are going to be yellow. Yellow, I think we're going to do longer petals. These are very stylized. This is kind of one of the petal types I love to do because it's easy. I don't have to think about it too much. Okay, there's that first one. You'll see too, I'm starting the blooms up towards the tag because if I decide that I want to write personal messages, I want them underneath the bloom. So you can determine any type of petal size placement. You can make these really small. We can make them just simple. I mean, you'll see. I don't know how to explain it other than I do vary up my petals, not much, but a little bit, because I don't want them to be too, what am I calling, standard. Like, I want some variety. So that one was a 4-leaf, and I can tell you right now that I'm going to make this bigger, which means I'm going to make the other one bigger just in a little bit later. And let's do, okay. See, I'm not sure I really like that one, but we're going to make it work. It's got some gold foil on it, which I worked a lot with gold foil yesterday, so it's okay. I'm not going to let it really throw me off. I'm just going to work around whatever happenstance to stick. And liking my center, just going around the center. It just makes things easy to have a starting point. And, okay, I'm hoping my feed is still there, guys. When I look at my computer, it's frozen. But when I look on my phone, it says it's recording and it does say live. So we'll just have to go with it. Since yours right here truly is very unfamiliar with technology. If by chance I get done and I see that it has not recorded, I will just upload it for all y'all. Keep checking back too. I'm still working on a summer series. So if you're local, I'm going to have some big discounts on my summer paint and sip workshops, as well as my other like resin and stuff. I'm going to have 8 different workshops available, and you can purchase 4 classes for $20 each. So $80, which is $15 off the normal price. The thing is that there's going to be a new project every week. All right, so now I'm going to move into my pink. And I am trying to decide, let's see. With the pink, we're going to do a big center, just like that. And I'm going to do little petals, just half circles, basically. I could probably just pick up one of my stamping or my dotting tools and I could do it, and I may bring those out. Oh, and I put my hand in my flower, but that's okay. All right, so that's the first one done. The goal here is, as I get designs that I like, I will have them down to pretty much a science and be able to create them quickly. I'd rather have hand-painted items available than just digitally printed of my work, but we'll see. You know, people may not want the originals. They may want well, nothing of mine is perfect. So we all know, if you haven't been here for very long, you'll learn very quickly. I don't do things perfect. I don't have the patience. I just like to create and throw some things together. Sometimes they work out on doing it scared, and sometimes I have several times taken on something and hated it when it was done and said, well, that was definitely a fail. But we all need to fail forward, right? That means I come back and I try again. Okay, so this was probably going to seem very simple, but once I get done here, I'm going to go back to my red color, back to my yellow. I'm going to go the same and fill in these petals. Because I will then have to work on what texture I want to add, if they need additional petals and whatnot. So I'm going to start going back. So these are going to continue to dry. These are my rough drafts, remember. I am going to, for this part, move to a bigger brush, just because I'm going to be filling larger spots. I'm not going to go ahead and color the center. That will end up being a different color. And you can see like how this is going on, and I'm putting those brush strokes in there, but it's not, as you can tell, saturated with color by any means. That means I'm going to let it dry and come back and do another coat, because I like the way that I get those different tones and highlights and some of the bleed through. And again, like I said, I'm trying to put together something that I could create so that you would have a handmade item Whether you say you created it or me and give it away, that's up to you. So I'm going to let these strokes just be and come back through the process. Now, I don't think that I will get, well, we'll see. I've said that before where I didn't think we could get everything done in one day, but we'll see. Because not only I'm filling in, you know, all of these florals, but I have to do a stem, and then I will be getting things that are quotes to put on there. So show you here, I have a list of quotes I made up, and I typed them out, and now I've cut them into strips, and I will be adding them to the cards if I feel necessary, kind of like that. Because I feel like the front of the card is just to show somebody, say, oh, look at this, is pretty, it made me think of you. And I think the back is really for any personal comments, notes, whatnot, words of encouragement. So those could either be printed or handwritten. I have not decided yet. All right, there we got red. I'm going to clean this big brush because I really don't want to transfer any red into my yellow at this point. I have to say though, I do believe I'm really enjoying this turquoise background. You can see how I'm filling in, letting the shape of the larger brush help determine the shape of these petals. So we'll see if I can't get this one back to looking better. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and add here, here. So I've added some extra petals there just because they were already there. Because I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. As you can see, I probably could have just gone straight to this, but honestly, I sometimes mess it up if I don't put an outline first. I'm sure you guys have similar things that work best for you. All right. That I don't like. All right, now the pink. Wipe off all that off of there for the pink. Okay, and with this one, I'm just going to be dotting around the outside pretty much. So, let's see. So when I sketched these out, I was thinking about the strokes, you know, if it's going to be something that's going to take several layers and a lot of drying time, then it's not going to be productive for me. So everything is kept pretty simple. And I just did that in red. So we're going to, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do all of them in red, and then when they dry, I'm going to go over them in pink. Just because I did go ahead and make that error. Yeah, we'll just give it a different depth, and that's okay. See, happy little accidents happen all the time. We all love that Bob Ross, right? Happy little, no mistakes, just happy little accidents. So if you guys haven't before, like and follow my page, please. I also, so all of these Doing It Scared videos are available on my Facebook page for 30 days, and then they disappear. But they don't really disappear. What happens is one of these days, maybe today, seeing how I feel, I will be going in and saving my Doing It Scared, and then I will post them to YouTube as well as on my website at www.passport-creative.com. Okay, so we're going to let that sit. I'm going to come back here. You can see some of my red is dry, so I'm going to do the same patterns that I did before. You can see all the different kind of colors and tones, and I'm okay with that. I like it. I like there to be variety without a lot of work. I don't know if you have those going on, but right now, my gosh, they are horrible. It's like coming all the time. And I block the numbers, mark it as spam, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I get about 6, 7 of those a day. They leave messages because they have this incredible loan opportunity for me. What do y'all think? Should I call and get approved? I say no, because I really don't like debt. All right, so I don't know that I'll do a third coat on those. We'll see. I'm going to clean my brush again. We're going to go into the yellow. What time do we have? Oh, it's only 11:23. Got plenty of time here. You can see how my brush is splitting. This is not a very good brush. If I was wanting to super detailed and quick sharp lines, this is not the brush I'd be using, but I'm only using to get the large areas painted. And I kind of like some of the texture that it leaves. I can honestly say I got this one up a little too high. It's closer to the tag opening the hole than I wanted, and I think probably these other two as well, but it'll be okay. Just basically tapping in over the same thing that I've already done. This one kind of looks like a starfish. Okay. Let's see if I can do the next one in the pink like I had originally intended. And here we go, pink. So I am not going to be doing third coats with this brush. This is giving me what I want, and any other stuff that I want to detail now, I'm going to move to a small brush. I do like this pink. I would like it better if I hadn't put that red under there, but Oh well. Now, if you decide to do this project, I got these craft tags on Amazon. I can't really remember how many. I think I got like 100 tags for maybe $10. I can't remember exactly. So if you find it and it's more or less, please forgive me. I ordered these quite some time ago. And I'm looking at these and I'm thinking this would have been cute to have done like some book pages on the background, and that may be my next step. But that is more of a decoupage. All right, so we're going to be done with, no, we're not going to be done with this brush. Remember, I just told you we were, and I just lied. So what I want to do next is we need to put the centers. So I'm going to do a little bit, orange would be great, but I don't want to do all of them orange, or should I just do all of them orange? Well, here, I'm going to start. This is the one that I want, this Spice Pumpkin. I do want these bright. I don't want anything muted or watered down. So I think that's going to be a good orange. If I don't like it, then I'll just pull out something else. I don't know. Okay. And I'm getting it kind of thick. Notice how that's going, because I'm not going to put a second coat, but I like that color. And I think I am going to use it for all of the centers. And then I can use some pen and ink to make each center different. Again, I'm just going to putting quite a bit on there and I'm going to let it dry. The next thing that I'll do after I get the centers, because these will definitely need to dry for a bit, we will start working on stems. I don't want to move into adding other layers on this just yet. I love how this turquoise shines through in the back. All right, yep, continuing with the orange. I'm liking the brightness. So we have 30 minutes still, so good going. I know we're not going to get it all finished, because if I do the gold leaf like I did here, I did it at the top of the tag and then covered the back, which I'm planning on doing because I kind of like it a lot. That will take a little bit longer, and I have to really have things, there's got to be drying time involved so as not to mess things up. More round. There we go. Now, if these orange centers dry and I feel like they need a little bit more, I'll do the same process at the top. But right now they're going to be just like that. Let me see something. I think it still says I'm live. So good. Okay, so this is going to go in the water. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put some fun stems, very whimsical. And I'm going to use two colors. This is one of my favorite greens. And then this is the Hauser light green. And then I'm looking for my dark green. And this is Hauser dark green. So I love these two colors together. Although I'm going to tell you, I think this one is a little bland for this project. So instead, now that I'm looking at, I'm going to be using the forest green. There's really not a huge difference. But there is just a bit in that tone. And so I decided, I think I like that tone that's a little bit closer and richer with a little bit more blue in it and not as dark. So here are those two colors matched in the plate there. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top just like I did. I'm going to use my light color. See that? Just a little bit of something. And then a little bit of a leaf there. Again, oops. It's a little bit bigger than I wanted. There is going to be probably a second coat on these. And here you can see I'm not super concerned with making the stem super center or anything. Just want to add the whimsy basically. Doing each of the little stems a little bit different. Let's see. Of course, if this is something that you're enjoying, you don't have to do this with paints. Gel pens work great, paper mache, decoupage, any of that kind of stuff. But I like paint, so that's what I'm doing. All right, so I got those four. So let's move on to this one. And you know what? I am not really going to think too hard about the stems. They're all going to be kind of similar. I'm not going to try to make them clearly look like they're from, you know, a different flower family. So how is your April Fool's Day going, guys? Anybody pranking anybody? I haven't. Don't have the mindset today to really, because if I'm not going to be really clever, I don't want to do it. And I'm just not feeling the wit today. So these are coming together pretty good. We've been doing this for about 30 minutes. Remember, I already had the base coat down. There's a lot of gold leaf flying around, but I'm okay with that. Because these will have at least a touch of that. They look pretty messy right now. So far, I'm liking the color combination. Okay, I'm gonna go back and do a second coat. And I'm gonna add some fun with the darker green. A lot is going to be added through black ink as well. Just because I can't make lines that fine with my paintbrush. So I kind of like the gel ink better. And I'm not sure. I don't need to add more color to these flowers. We'll see momentarily. I like the texture there is, but I think I'm going to want just a little bit more pop on those colors. I keep forgetting to keep things in the center for you guys. I'm so sorry. That's what this X back here is marked. It's marked so that it will remember to keep everything in the center. So again, if you are visiting, I can't see my live feed right now, but please let me put a comment in the discussion because I can't see you at this point in time. But I'd like to know if you were here. I'd like to know your thoughts. I've seen people come in before, but I'll be quite honest with you guys. Rarely does anybody leave a discussion comment for me. Just a little hi is even great. You don't need to tell me that it was wonderful and fabulous or any of that. I don't need that. It's not why I'm here. But if you're enjoying this, that I would like to know. Me and doing videos and being able to see it back online with a huge head because of course this is a phone camera and all that. Yeah, that I don't like. I can't watch myself. So if you don't tell me, I don't know. And then I gotta think, if I do offer these and make a lot of handmade ones, what am I gonna charge? And if you have any ideas on that, that could be really helpful as well. Let's see, just adding that little bit of color pop. Yeah, I think that's better than the darker green that I was gonna use. This forest green is nice. So a lot of patience and a bit willingness to keep going and come back. Because, you know, really nobody, we all know nobody likes to watch paint dry. So, and again, I'm impatient, so I'm not one that walks away and comes back. I like to do just about everything in one sitting. I am aware that there are things that I can't, and that's okay. 20 more minutes. Yeah, not gonna get this all done. Tell you that right now. I might get some of the painting done, but we're definitely not gonna get to the gold leaf process. Part of with gold leaf too is you have to put the glue down, and then you have to let it like air dry for 15 minutes before you can add the gold leafing. So that is something that you're not going to want to watch, 15 minutes of the glue drying. Okay, we're getting there. Things keep taking hold in my mind. Again, I will have to put a finished picture up. I was supposed to do that last week too. I did wine glasses, but be honest with you, I haven't gotten back to them to finish them up. I have a lot going on right now. All right, so I got those leaves. I'm going to come back to the florals using this skinny brush. And I'm going to fill in, do some fill-in work. Or I should say more of a good, nice outline. So I'm cleaning up the outline edges. Trying to get these the little brush strokes that fray off out. I can't decide on this if I want it to go back in and do a bunch of red, or I'm going to let something else define these red flowers. I think I'm going to be doing some ink work. So yeah, 11:44, not even close to being done with these because I keep changing my mind. It's going to take more time. So share some ideas of what you might like to put on your little cards if you're making your own tags. Fudge sickles. I have to keep that nice and neat. There we go. Okay, almost got these good edges. So it's going to be Easter weekend. I myself right now don't have anything planned. I am working on Saturday doing the Anchors Away paint and sip workshop at Urban Oak Bar and Grill. So anchor, navy blue anchor with beautiful white botanical flowers. It's one of the easiest paintings that we have, and it's just, I love doing it. It comes out perfect every time. Okay, so now we need to move into yellows. Ten minutes. So yeah, might get through all of these colors, but will not definitely be making it finished. These I'm going to stripe down. I don't know why, I just want it to have that texture. Yes, yeah, I like the texture that it's creating. I don't know what to talk to you guys about. Weekend coming up, Easter. Hope y'all have some fun plans. Good food, lots of family. It's one thing my sister and I struggle with. We don't have family around other than each other. And so my kids are in Tennessee, and I would love to go up and be with them. It's just not in the cards right now. But, and my sister, a lot of times her kids go with their significant others to do things. So it's like we don't have our kids around to do the big family meal. I would love to. It's one of those times that I second guess moving back here to Florida because I miss my kids so much. Then I think if I didn't, I wouldn't have had that little bit of extra time with my mom before she passed. And my kids, God, they need me. I know they do. But they don't need me like they're going to need me soon when they start having children. And hopefully by that time, I will have built up my career, my business enough that just heading up to Tennessee every other month won't be a problem. So I can be with my grandkids and my children, help however they need it. Yeah, these yellow petals are taking longer. But like I said, I'm liking the texture. I'm going to have to do more than a second coat, I can tell. Because the way the first one's coming out. But that's okay. This is so relaxing to me, just creating. some of these are going to end up with some spots on the back because I dropped them while I'm working on the other ones. It's okay. Okay, last yellow one. And now again, I'm thinking maybe not a third coat. So I'm liking the way they're starting to dry. All right, to the pink. Gonna get a little jumper quick.
Someone is at front door.
Someone's in the front door, but I'm here with you, so I'm not worried about it. I don't like to people randomly dropping by, so. And it's probably just an Amazon delivery. The one thing we do get several times a week. I can't even remember how we lived before Amazon. And my amazing hubby just let me know that it was not Amazon, it was one of my medications that gets delivered, so it's good knowing he's down there because it has to stay refrigerated and he got it, so he'll get it in the fridge for me. One of my migraine meds, and I do believe they really have helped. Okay, what time are we looking at? 11:54, so I'll hang out with you and finish these pink petals. I can tell you what the next step is going to be going ahead and redoing the center. It's a little bit more to it. And then I will be doing some, I just picked up the wrong thing. I'll be doing some black line work on it. Maybe some white line too, I don't know. And then we'll be to the stage. I just saw this and I didn't like it. Where we will be gold leafing. So I may leave the gold leafing to tomorrow because it is a big project. Especially when I'm going to be doing both sides. I'm going to be doing the top of the tag and then the back of the tag. See how I'm cleaning up? I'm going through and I'm cleaning up these brush edges. because I don't really want it to look sloppy, but I used the medium brush just to get a lot of that paint there. Now it's doing what cleanup. Creates a little texture too. Nothing's wrong with a little texture. Like I said, I'm going to be doing line work after this. Then it will be the gold leafing, and then it will be adding quotations. So again, I'm not gonna be able to finish all of this in this one sitting. Gosh, I've got 2 more hours to go. You can tell sometimes what's throwing me off too is as I put the paint down over here, the paint's drying, but it looks like a different color, and I can't tell if I've done it before. So we're getting a little bit of extra paint everywhere. I pretty much decided that I don't think we're going to do 3rd coats. I think that's just going to be too time consuming for what I'm wanting these to be. I'm wanting these to be something I can put together fairly quickly and in bulk, so that I will be able to sell them or give them away without a huge monetary investment. Because they are small, and if you can't get the cost down per tag, it just, nobody's going to be interested. Might be interested in making your own, but I am trying to look at things that I can, number one, do in a workshop, as well as things that might eventually be a retail option for me. I do have a space now at Artisan Haven in downtown Brooksville. I've got that through the end of May, and we'll see how that does, whether I'll renew for the summer. I do have to sell some works there to cover the cost, just my cost being there. And if it goes 3 months and nothing sells, or I can't make enough in a month to cover the space fee, then I will be taking my stuff out. So if you're in the Brooksville area, stop in at Artisan Haven. I do plan on getting there at the end of this week and doing a refresh, because it needs to. Maybe I might go there tomorrow, but of course I've also got to get some of these things done so that I can swap things out and freshen up that space. So that's part of my quick trying to get some of these done, because I want to just change out. I have a lot of mini canvases and stuff. I want to just break out in something that would be like something you can keep in your pocket or purse or wallet, and then just randomly give out as you see people that need a little pick-me-up. Just knowing that they're thought of. All right. It is noon. I am going to stop recording here. And let's see. Let's come back. All right. Hi, guys. So that's it for today. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to get these finished today because I'm going to have the gold leafing process as well. So check back at this in the discussion for this live event and see the updated photos when I get done. Hope to see y'all again soon, and come back here and let me know how you like it. And I'll see you next week on Doing It Scared. Bye-bye.